Today's a little bit of a milestone from my personal life with my daughter, who actually survived being very ill last year. If you were with my channel about a year ago, you know what happened, but she got very ill, got to be hospitalized. And so since she got out of the hospital, I made her today's deck in paper originally, and I've actually ported it over now to Arena because most of the deck is actually in the Arena client. And I'm going to point out a few cards that aren't, and I've replaced them with other things that are in the client that we can use and make the deck better. And I might actually pick them up in paper to make the deck better. So this is Lily's Unicorns. My daughter's name is Lily, short for Liliana, and she loves unicorns, rainbows, all the little girly stuff, but she likes this deck. It's life gain base shell, essentially, with the unicorn tilt attached to it. So if you don't know what the commander here does, this is the one I picked for her because at the time, Emil the Blessed was way too expensive for what I was wanting to do for her. We have Lazav the Bounteous Dawn, 2 a green and a white, 2/2 unicorn with lifelink at the beginning of each end step. If you gain life this turn, distribute that many +1/+1 counters among the other creatures that you control. So you can go ahead and gain, bunches of little life and then spread the counters around, or gain big bursts of life and dump big amounts of counters on things. So either way, you get to go ahead and bulk up your stuff as you gain life and do the stuff. As for the unicorn theme that I have in here, we have things like the Celestial Unicorn. It gets bigger as you gain life. Good Fortune Unicorn, whenever you start casting more creatures or you make tokens, you put counters on them. Prize Unicorn makes it so you can force your opponents to block. And the neat thing with the Prize Unicorn is you can either stack counters on it and make it so you can basically do selective killing of somebody's creatures, because they have to block it if it's not tapped. And if they don't attack you or don't activate an activated ability before the blockers are declared, you can go ahead and go, okay, I'm going to put all the damage here and get rid of the one thing you wanted to get rid of. Or you can just use it as a way to clear the road so your other big stuff can come flying through and smash into your opponent. And then there's Blessed Sanctuary, 5 mana enchantment, prevent all the non-combat damage, so burn spells essentially. And it's for you and your creatures. And then whenever a non-token creature comes into play, so as you're casting your other creatures, you get a 2/2 unicorn to go with it, so more creatures to dump counters onto with Lathiel's ability. As for the things that aren't in the paper version yet, because I don't have them, but I had to take a few things out because they just don't exist in the Arena client, like Soul Ring and among other things, Felwar Stone. So we have Regal Bunnycorn in here. It's just one of the new unicorn type creatures, so we'll go ahead and put that in there. Buried in the Garden. It's a great removal spell, and it's a good way to ramp up, and it came in the new set. I don't have one of these yet either, so I'm getting a copy to throw in there. Valkyrie Harbinger. I didn't even actually know about this card. I have Resplendent Angel in the deck. I opened one years ago and slotted it into her deck. Well, this does basically the same thing. You just have to gain 4 life to get a 4/4 Angel. So it's actually a little bit easier to get the Angel off of this one, but it costs twice as much to cast. And then Aragorn and Erwin Wed, we pay 6, 3/6 vigilance. When it comes in or attacks, you put a counter on everything and you gain a life for each creature you control. So the more stuff you have out, the bigger the burst of life is going to be. And then at the end of the end step, as long as Lathiel's around, you get to put that many +1/+1 counters on your stuff on the board. And it seems to be pretty good too. So before anybody asks, yes, I do have a deck that my 8-year-old is playing that has the Great Henge. It has Windswept Heath in it, and it has all these other big, powerful cards in it because I'm not using them currently. Most of my decks don't relegate to green, so I'm not using these cards right now. So she can use them until I need them. I mean, that's all there is to it. So this is the deck. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's celebrate Lily and have some fun while we're doing it. Slimefoot, the Thallid Transplant. So that's the alchemy version of him. Sure, we'll try this. Mostly because we have this to go search and see if we can get that second white land to get that down quick. Alright, so they're going to go fetch their escape tunnel. Oh, we have access to the second white mana right there. We'll leave Blind Obedience up because, like, as they create things and play them on the board, it's nice to have ways to lock their stuff down. Because if you've watched, you know I do not like Authority of the Consuls. Does the exact same thing for 1 more mana, but it is better than Authority because instead of gaining life outright, you can do a draining gain instead. The bad part is, though, here is with the Voice of the Blessed, I can't drop it and get the drain gain effect because I don't have a white mana to dump into it. So, what we're gonna do... Yeah, I think it's the Celestial Unicorn. I can't do the Extort. But then I can start doing it earlier. I probably could have done the Voice, and then the next thing I played as a 2-drop could have extorted artifacts and creatures. So even if I drop mana rocks, I could use them to extort. Oh, I can cast any spell I can extort. Good to know. So that'll come in. It comes in tapped, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't have an activated ability. But that will take care of that. Fungus, you say? Well, I'll take care of that problem. How does his thing work? Swamp Forest, you get to draft. Okay. Let's do... You know, I don't want them cheapening their stuff up. We're gonna auto pay. We're gonna do the extort to make that bigger. That can blow up. We're not gonna swing because they could just dump everything in front of it and kill it. And I don't want that. There's Slimefoot. We could play the Triumph or the Duelist Heritage this turn. They keep eyeballing the Unicorn. So they're going to name the Unicorn. Well, that's just mean. Alright. Fine. You want to play that game? We'll play that game. Let's get... I'm trying to think of like what the smart thing here is. If I do that... And you know what? Screw it. Let's just get the Voice down. Decline. We're not going to drain them with that. We'll play the Triumph. I'll put a counter on the Voice because they're tied for the top power, so I get a choice. No attacks because I want to keep it as a card draw. The first Iroan games, huh? That'll be a good target for my Buried in the Garden. Well, on the bright side, they don't have the mana for it anyways, but they won't be able to use it right away. Now I don't get the choice. All right. So if I do Buried in the Garden on the Plains, I could use it to take out the first Iroan games, which is probably a good idea. Duelist Heritage could just make the Voice of the Blessed double strike, but then that doesn't really matter. So... yeah, screw it. We're going to put it on the Plains, and we're going to... Here, auto pay. My phone got in the way, sat on my cord. Get that out of here. All right. So now they can't gang block it. We have a 5/5. They can, I mean, they can put a creature in front of it, but that's the worst they could do. All right, end of the turn. So now we have the ability to play Lathiel and on the next turn and do an extort trigger, which would give us a counter off of Lathiel plus the counter off the Voice. This is going to come in also on the third chapter, it's going to give the voice flying, first strike, and lifelink until end of turn. So Lathiel is probably the play. Okay. I mean, I'll take the hit because I'm going to gain back all that life. Now, last turn I forgot to draw the card. Kind of a problem. All right, they're going to sack the 1/1 that would have been a 4/4 had I not got rid of their Saga. Let's draw the card this time because I got a little click happy. Okay, Day of Judgment. Good. Not yet, though. All right, we're going to drop this. We're going to drop... Let's do double white, green this. Drop Lathiel off of it. And we are going to decline that extort trigger because then we're also going to play Duelist Heritage and give it double strike, which is, you know, much better in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, that's a trigger. That's a trigger. End turn, and we're going to just dump a bunch of counters all over the place. It's 11, right? So let's go, let's make him a 12-12, and we'll make her, you know, whatever. All right, 8-7. So now the Voice of the Blessed is indestructible, and I can do Day of Judgment, extort off of the Blind Obedience. It becomes a 13-13, and I kill them. Seems pretty good. Oh, except for they could do that and gain a life. So I have to... Well, it doesn't matter because Duelist Heritage will double strike them. So it'll turn into a 26 damage swing. So Lathiel has done his deed for the day. So either way, it doesn't matter. Yeah. It's like draw a card. And then I could actually just do Unbreakable Formation, extort, put 2 counters on it, swing, and it would swing for like 28. So good stuff. The Mycotyrant. All right. That is actually one of my favorite commanders that came from the Lost Caverns set. We're going to keep this because we're probably doing Cold Steel Heart on 2 set to green anyways, so there's really no reason to mulligan this just in the hopes of getting another green land. Plus, most of the deck is white anyways. I only think there's like 2 or 3 cards that have double green in them that we really care about hitting that second green, so... Alright, here we go. So hard on 2, set to green, and then probably Prosperous Innkeeper unless they play something I really don't like. Set green. We could do Soul Warden, Prosperous Innkeeper, because that's a trigger. That does not stop that from triggering, unfortunately. Like, I could enchant it, but it doesn't stop the triggers. Now, him, however... It's a trigger. It doesn't stop his triggers either. Alright, so we're going to do this. We're going to do... Do I do Lathiel? No. We have to have a life gain on the board first. So let's go Soul Warden, Prosperous Innkeeper. At best, this just keeps them from... Just keeps them from attacking me with a big, fat, trampling Mycotyrant. That's like the best that it can do for us. Because like the descends are gonna start triggering, and they just got 2 or 3 descends right there. So, and what's funny is the Blind Obedience actually would have helped them with that Mesmeric Orb, because their stuff would have come in tapped, and they would have milled more off of that. So we milled away probably a card I wouldn't have wanted to have on board for that deck anyways. There's Rutstein. What's really cool is the Soul Warden triggers could go off. We're not gonna block this. We get Lathiel down. We can gain a buttload of life off that Soul Warden. Now there goes Cathar's Crusade. We're okay though. We're gonna go ahead and get Lathiel going. This is 2 triggers. We'll put it on the Soul Warden. So actually we'll split the difference. So now if Lathiel's down and our Soul Warden's down at the end of this turn, we could gain a boatload of life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me. So yeah, 6 permanents went to their yard. That's 6 life, and we can dump 6 counters between the 2. And that's if they don't do any more descending during their turn. Of course, this all hinges on Lathiel surviving. I don't know. I think this deck's pretty good for, you know, a pile of random stuff that I was like, okay, this would be good in here. I'm not using this in a deck. Let's throw it in here and give it to her. Now, it's a good thing I shut him off because, man, he could swing for a boatload of damage and we wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Also, the nice thing here is we can put Lathiel in front of one of the 1/1s if they swing, and I can gain 2 more life there to add to the trigger pile. All right, there's Palantir. I'm gonna let him mill that. Like, go ahead, knock something else into the grave. And it's not a May, they have to create the funguses, so the triggers are going to happen. Alright, Lathiel's going to I'm just going to go ahead and eat up some of this fungus stuff. That way the Mycotyrant gets a little bit smaller just in case they ever break away that enchantment. So let's go 1, 2. Go 2 and... 1 or 1 and actually, yeah, we'll do it that way. So, okay, so Lathiel resolves first. So I'm not going to gain that. Alright. Probably because I'm not the active player, because the inactive player stuff resolves first. Remember that when you're stacking triggers and stuff. Inactive players' spells, triggers, and all that stuff resolves first. I forgot about that. But that's okay. We're still gaining a metric boatload of life. Alright. So, Bunnycorn, Beast Whisperer. Well, I lost that. That's fine. Alright, what we got? Because whatever it is not staying on top if it's good. Good Fortune Unicorn can go. Let's go with, if we do this, all of our stuff gains lifelink. If we go with the Unicorn, it gets bigger. Or we can just do Heritage. It's like 2 life, or do I just ask it? Let's go with the guy I've not cast yet this entire time, is the Abzan Battle Priest. That's 2 more life triggers there. And I'm swinging because they can't block without losing Slimefoot. And that's 7 more. So that's 9 counters coming down on top of something, which the Battle Priest is going to get some of it. All right, end turn, 9 counters. Ding, ding. Let's go 4, 3, and... whatever. All right, that balanced out. So now all these guys have lifelink, which is hilarious. It's like, please swing at me so I can gain a bunch more life. 1 life gained. The Lathiel's doing its thing. We just need a way to punch through and hit them in the face really, really hard. Now, unfortunately, having a 7/6 untapped on my side of the board does kind of... Oh, holy. Okay, well, that changes the calculus across the board. All right. Lathiel is probably coming back down. We just lost all of our life gain, which really sucks. Spore Crawler, okay. I am going to go ahead and mill whatever they put on top because I have enough life that I really don't care. Oh, that was good. I mean, March would have been good, you know, a few turns back, but... what are we going to do with that? Because right now, if they slam Mycotyrant, this is just... ugh. He's going to be huge. Because they're going to make just a boatload of funguses. So, I don't know if I have the tools to survive this. And we're going to have to take this hit because I'm not just going to feed Lathiel into it. Now, this time, I'm going to let them draw because I don't want them milling something else into the yard. Well, I'm going to let them draw because I don't feel like getting blasted in the face. Mesmeric Orb is really kicking my butt right now, though. Oh, man, this is rough. Well, we have land. That's about all I can say about it. Wow, that sucked. Okay. Did you get 3 tokens off of that? Let's go ahead and play the Celestial Unicorn. And we're going to pass the turn, because we can convoke 3 March of the Multitudes tokens to block 3 funguses, and then I could make, it'd be 3, make it a 5. It's not enough to kill the Mycotyrant, though. Like, if I could knock it down to a 3/3, blocking it might be worth my while. That was a card that I didn't think about when I was building my variation of the deck. It's actually pretty good. Oh, shite. Okay. I mean, you get to pitch whatever it is. Think they're going to go out. Yep. All right. So, in response, we're going to march for 3, which taps all of this. We're going to go here. They get a card if that dies. So let's just eat up some of their 1/1s. That'll make the Celestial Unicorn bigger. Plus, we get to dump counters off of Lathiel onto it. Unfortunately, we have a 4/5 death touching pain in my neck in the way, but I will have double strike available if I can use it. They can draw it because I can't really afford to blast myself. Oh, please don't lose something good. Swords would have been nice to have. Alright. We can do a Jinnie and Duelist Heritage. The Heritage can make the Unicorn a double striker, which then Shieldred cannot block it. And I can gain 3 life to do, you know, life padding or whatever. I think that's what we're going to have to do because we need to pressure them and we need to get through this. So let's gaineth that life.
Now do you see the benefits of...
All right, swinging. And up. Go ahead, don't block, go to 5. Now, Ajani's a sitting duck, but it is what it is. They're going to go to 5. I really wish I had life gain on this. Oh, it's good to see my macro actually works. That game where I went to 2,700 life, like... I think I mentioned it a little bit ago, but the person scooped, so that isn't going to again. I played a game a little bit ago. I was at 2,700 life, and I was putting like 200 or more counters onto my creatures, and I couldn't click quick enough because I didn't have a macro set up on my mouse because I've never needed one. And so I had to, after I got done, I actually went out and set up a quick click macro on my mouse just so I could put these extra counters on things. Yeah, obviously I'm not sacrificing the 1312. So yeah, this time I'll probably eat the Spore Crawler. I know it lets them gain life, but it's whatever. 13. Actually, I may have to block Mycotyrant if they swing wide, or I'll die. Now that I look at how this board is constructed. Because we have 11, 24. Yeah, I'm going to have to block the Mycotyrant. I don't have a choice. And I'm going to lose my Unicorn because of it. Hello? Let me decline giving your guy double strike. I don't have a choice. It has to be this. Because anything else, I die. If they kill the Unicorn in response, I also die. Because the trample would then carry through because the blocker's gone. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're trying to dig for their removal spell. All right, we're at 5. Not doing good either. They have 23 cards left in their deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 19, 20, 21. They scryed. If I make them mill, I would probably kill myself doing this. I'm just trying to think if there's a way to kill them off with their own mesmeric orb. I don't think there is. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. I have 22 cards left in deck. Yeah, I don't think I don't think there's a way to do it. So let's just recast Lathiel, gain 3 life, and
Now do you see the benefits of peace?
let's see. I think they're going to have 1 card left in their deck when this is all said and done. Wait. Oh, I think I have a way. Is this a May? Oh, it's a May. Dang it. If they were forced to draw, I could use Duelist Heritage to give a Fungus double strike and force them to draw a card. Oh, that sucks so bad. I was just trying to think if there was a way to force them to draw a card. But I don't think there is. And they've milled away so much of my good stuff. That really hurts. I mean, they're going to get it unless they make a serious misplay here. What they get? Wake and Harbinger. Untap. I was playing like any color, it would just make that makes me so mad. They're gonna win off of just like basically a technicality here. I can't, like, I could still give a 2/2 double strike just to see if they slip up. Block one of these. Let's see if they mess up. I doubt it, but you know, you never know. It was worth a shot in the dark. Lazav the Multifarious. Okay. I actually really like this hand. Let's go with it. Just wait and see how counter happy they are. Let's go ahead and get the Cold Steel Heart down. We'll set it to white. Let's hope they actually like get to like go with mana rocks instead of holding mana up. Brat. I was really hoping to get Blind Obedience down. I think they're going to take it. Yep, there it went. All right. Oh, okay. Well, they don't have that mana up, so I'm going to go ahead and Harrow, and I'll go get a couple green. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have got a green and a white so I could play the Soul Warden. That was a mistake. Okay. 1 black mana up. Let's go Soul Warden and then do Jugen. Alright. Get ourselves set up with a few things. This thing is sacrifice to counter a target non-creature spell. Okay. Freak, they can search, blah blah. Okay. Yep. We're doing it. Let's see, do I do the Faith Mender? Then I'd gain extra life there, or do I just do Lathiel and do the same thing and then start spreading counters around? Or I could do Celestial Unicorn, which does a similar effect for me. Yeah, let's go with the Celestial Unicorn, because they know about the Unicorn. Oh, I forgot that was a mana guy. Okay. We're going to do both. Screw it. I forgot that the monk was a mana guy that we didn't have access to before. All right, there's a Lazav. More life. Grow my guys. Go for it. I love it. Splintermare could be kind of cool to give the unicorn lifelink. So we have 4 modified creatures for Jugan to work with. Seven, 6. They don't have enough to stop that. Let's just get Lathiel down, see if they have a... They might have a creature removal spell for this. Sure. 1. Alright, so that gives me a variety of stuff on the board. Let's go ahead and swing with just the Celestial Unicorn. We'll see if they have a creature kill spell for it. Oh, they're going to go get a creature. They didn't have it. They're going to go get a creature removal spell. Kind of lame. Fnet, okay. Oh, they're just going to block. That doesn't make a ton of sense. They don't have enough mana to turn him into it, do they? Oh. Oh, it's a 3-drop. I thought that was something different. All right, so these are going on one on Jugan and one on the Pridemate. So now we have all this stuff with modifications. So even if they kill Lathiel or the Celestial Unicorn, we're going to have the 5 modified creatures for the Jugan. If we get a land, I can play with the Faithmender and the Splintermare cycle trigger to give something lifelink. We just got to get there. But I don't know what they went searching for when they were digging through their deck. They could have went and got a board wipe. Ready? Anything else? All right, we got the land. Let's go with the Faithmender. See if they have something. Oh, nope. They decided they didn't want to play no more. So yeah, what I was going to do, they could have went and got removal or whatever. I could have cycled the Splintermare, gave Jugan the lifelink counter. It would have hit and trampled over. We would have been gaining 16 life off of that, plus what we got off of the Faithmender, which would have been 2 more. Because we would have had to trigger from the Soul Warden, which would have been doubled by the Faithmender. So that would have been 18 life, and I could have spread 18 counters across everything but Lathiel. So, yeah, that was pretty good. Jinnie Faye. All right. I actually built that deck for my daughter, too, taking pieces of the Unicorn deck and kind of piecing things into it that we needed to make it work. It was all right. She preferred the Unicorn deck, though, so we kind of went back to that one. But she liked the Jinnie Faye one because it was cats and dogs. I'm kind of hoping for a mana rock or something that I can exile the next turn with Buried in the Garden. Hey, there we go. I get my wish. So, target that. I'll take that. Gonna play a little bit of mana denial. Now they could have a Beseju or something to blow it up. We'll see. But I'll take a free land if they want to give me one. All right, so yeah, her hybrid color has fixed that. Let's get... Or would it be better to do that? Because then I could get 3 tokens down, swing with it. But then Lathiel, it's kind of doofy. Let's pass the turn. We're going to have the March of the Multitudes. Probably set it off for 3. Then we can play Lathiel next turn. And swing in. Okay. Or maybe not. Or maybe we can. Alright. This has to hit, right? To get the treasure. Or no, it just on the swing. It's a different setup. We're going to take the hit. I'm going to march for 3. Let's drop this. Let's go with Lathiel. And then we're going to swing with our 3 guys to get 3 life. One of them is probably dying because they're probably going to block it. Or not. All right. Cool in the gang. Let's go with Abzon Falconer on the second go around. And we'll go 1 and 2 and 3. So now they're all flying 2/2s. Don't have to worry about that. So gain 6. Probably right now, based off of what the board is doing, I'm probably going to jam the prized unicorn. And when I swing, oh, ossification, very, very good. All right, so we're gonna target one of our planes. I'm gonna put ossification on a Rasta. No eating my stuff, thanks. Prized unicorn. And then we're just going to go swing, swing, swing. And you know what? We're not blocking with this, so let's go ahead and outlast it. And then end turn, and I'm going to dump all of the counters on that. All right. Nice to see my little macros working still. I had to go create one after that, a game earlier where I gained like 2,700 life. It was kind of dumb. Okay. We're at 23. I can kill the 4/3. Yeah. So it'll lose the pick. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're not dead. Block the biggest thing. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. All right. Now, here's the dumb question. Can we live? If we swing with the 8/8, they can't block that because it flies. I completely forgot about that. 16, 8. I think they're dead. I think I just swing, right? Nothing flies. It's like, I'm overthinking this a little bit. So what did you guys think of the deck? I had a lot of fun with this. Like I said, this was a kind of a celebration of a year out from my daughter being so ill, and I had a lot of fun playing the deck, and it reminds me just how strong I made her deck, and in the hands of an experienced pilot, this deck can actually do a lot of stupid, silly things. That said, I hope you liked it. If you do, please like, comment, subscribe, share. All those things help the channel grow as I'm trying to get to my first 1,000 subs. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.